I'm going to offer you some inspiration, some information, and some insights in how to do better. Hey guys, it's Pastor Paul, and wanted to talk to you a little bit about Thrive as we get ready to launch a weekly broadcast, podcast, stream, just every week to bring out some information and some inspiration on what it means to thrive. I'm fully convinced that most of us want to thrive in every area of our life. We call this little time Thrive 360 because we want to thrive in multiple areas in our life. That way we can just flow, we can be content, can be happy, as some would call it, be blessed, can have a life that's worth living and maximize our satisfaction in life. The theme, idea, thought, verse that really inspires me is in 3 John chapter 1 verse 2, where the elder John says to Gaius, he says, "Dear friend, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may enjoy good health, even as your soul is getting along well." Good old King James Version said it this way: "I desire that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers." And so that's really driving that. There is an idea both in the scriptures and in our heart that we can do better and we can help people get better themselves. And there are some dominant themes that helps us get better. One is our soul health and how we're doing spiritually, our sense of purpose, our sense of destiny and being, or emotional health, or relational health, or financial health. All these things are critical for us to enjoy and to thrive. I mean, what would be the point of having all of certain things like your money and stuff, but physically, your physical health is in the toilet? What point would it be to be healthy and strong, but relationally you have no one to enjoy it with? And so thriving, and why we call it Thrive 360, is that we really wanted to thrive in many areas of our life. In this season, I've been doing specifically working on this idea of financial empowerment and to thrive financially. I've come to find out over the years of living and serving and counseling and coaching people that a lot of the issues that impact their relationships, their spiritual life, their anxiety, their emotional well-being, and their sense of hope is often influenced and impacted by their financial state. When I was growing up, we used to have this thing called home economics, where you learn some basics about financing. But that's gone out to the curriculum now. And so what happened is that, people just got duped by skillful marketers. People got duped in how to manage their stewardship and their finances and debt and being overwhelmed financially. And that has impacted many areas of their lives. And so I know the journey. I've been through the journey. I was fortunate in that I did the more business courses in high school and in university, did management and finance. And so an opportunity to get some literacy there. And then being an entrepreneur, got to experience life in the hard knocks and the ups and the downs of doing business, to learn a lot about finances and how to manage that. And so putting all that together and then studying the scriptures and understanding some biblical wisdom and principles of how to do that well really transformed our life and allowed us to be in what I would call a better place. And so in the last couple of years, we've been seeing just how much it's been impacting people. And so we really want to just make a difference by giving you some information, some inspiration, and some insight in how you can do better financially. And as we do this broadcast, we'll be going through not only finances, but all the different other areas that causes us to thrive in a 360 kind of way. But I wanted to start there on the finances because it's something that people don't talk about. So there are people suffering alone. We learn to be secretive about that. For years, we never talked about money because it's just not something you talk about, But now I'm realizing that to help people, we better start talking about it. And we've experienced that goodness. Now, let me make a few disclaimers up front. One, I'm going to offer you some inspiration, some information, and some insights in how to do better, right? No, if you need a financial advisor, hey, go look for one, pay the fee. There are great people out there. They'll help you to break down the specifics of your detail. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to manage your money. As I'm making that disclaimer up front, that way you take from this the information, inspiration, and the wisdom that you need to make better decisions and to be better. Now, in the uniqueness of your situation, not everything that you make a decision on is always about money. See, money is one factor. I always tell people, I can talk to you and walk you through the math, but for many of our lives, there is a reality that there are sentimental issues, there are spiritual issues, there's family issues that impact the decisions that we make. It's not only the math. And so when we talk about financial empowerment, I'm going to share you some insights on that. But remember, your decisions are multifactorial and therefore you got to consider it all. True. Two, I want to say to you that faith does impact our finances, and how we apply hope, faith, understanding biblical wisdom will make a difference in helping us to do better and to gain some values that allows us to satisfy. The third thing I want to say is that when we talk about getting better, on the internet in different places, people are talking about, hey, get rich quick. It's none of that foolishness, right? Your level of satisfaction, growth, development, well-being goes beyond being like these billionaires. That's not the only way to be happy, content, and full of joy in your life. But we want to teach you some principles that money, debt, those things don't tear you away from enjoying your life, how to have some satisfaction, how to really, like that theme verse spoke to our lives, help you to really have things go well with you. That you get up and go to work, not stressing about, man, I have this bill or I have that to do. But because you have set yourself up with biblical insight and stewardship, you can manage your finances well. You can increase your streams of income. You can eliminate the debilitating debt that keeps you enslaved, and that you can actually walk in freedom. And that applies to people who are making $50,000 a year and people are making $500,000 a year. See, the principle I want to share with you is not limited to those who are the high earners, right? But it's expressed in that if you just practice some of these principles, if you just apply it to your life, I'm telling you right now, you would have a greater sense of freedom, a greater sense of satisfaction, and you'll also get better, which is you'd have also increase. And that's really what this is all about. I was speaking to someone who went to one of our workshops, and I said, what's the big thing that you learned from us? And she said, it's imprinted in her mind right now that it's possible that she can actually come out of the hole that she's in, that she can actually make some steps to get better. That anxiety and the stress from financial difficulty, that there is hope. That the decisions that were made in the past that kind of like set things down can actually turn around. And I want to tell you that wherever you are now, that there are steps that can be made to turn this thing around and to make things better, right? Just step by step, we want to get better. And I want you to get better. I want you to improve in every area of your life. And we're going to hit this big one right on the head up front and help you to get better in your finances. And here are the couple of things that we're going to talk about. We're going to get some insight and some principles of how to, one, change your perspective and your mindset about money and learn what I would call the basic money math, the basic principles in which you can evaluate money decisions that you have to make in your life. Two, helping you to be intentional about giving meaning to making margin. See, I always say that, listen, the Bible says that the plans of the diligent lead to profit, and you have to plan to make a profit. See, I'm a business person, entrepreneur, planted and started churches, and I've had to learn to plan the stewardship and the finances that at the end of the day, you're going to make a profit, you're going to make margin. And here is the most important thing about margin. If you add meaning to your margin, if you have purpose behind it, not just making money for money's sake, but if you have purpose behind it, whether it be purpose to do some good thing into your community or world, whether it be to be generous, whether it be to take care of your children, whether it be to get a house, whether it be to go on a particular trip. Once you have meaning to it and purpose behind it, you can now be motivated to make decisions to get you there. See? And so we're going to help you with some of that as well. And then, of course, having to deal with the issues of debt, the kind of debt that helps you to go forward, and the kind of debt that helps, moves you backward, and how to work that out. And also the idea of multiple streams of income, just like a river would break into different tributaries, and there are 4 tributaries kind of like feeding a garden. In the same way that if you have a couple streams dealing with your present life and also your future, that you can actually prepare well, and that if one goes down, you're still all right. And so it's to build that kind of financial sense of security to help you. And God willing, we'll get to do so, and we'll be able to help you to do that. So that's kind of where we're going with this, but I want to let you know up front that it is possible for you to make a mental shift and to get better.